I don't exactly know why there's a small group of people out there who are making a big wave over society that want to see this culture of comfort and convenience come to an end. Okay, there's going to be a fallout, and it will be an adventure, whether you like it or not. And we might as well make it a romantic one today on the Midnight American. I believe a portion of the craziness that we're seeing in the world today has to do with boredom. Nothing more than boredom, okay? The lack of risk and danger, the need to engage in real face-to-face conflict. We've just been going through this period of cabin sickness from all the safety and stability and security that comes from being a standard responsible adult. Mediocrity is now the norm, while romance and adventure are processed and sold as fictional books, movies, magazines, video games. We can just sit on our ass and watch travel shows and watch some hosts travel around the world to exotic locations, experience all these foreign cultures and cuisines, and appear to live this life of amazing romance and adventure. And we know it's not right to compare ourselves to others, but what if those sources inspire us to say, there's got to be more to life than this? Where's the romance and adventure in my life? And I'm not talking about the romance as it's defined as a feeling of excitement and mystery that's associated with love, like a schmoozy evening leading to the bedroom, although I'm not ruling it out, but more as a quality or feeling of mystery and excitement and remoteness from everyday life. I'm talking about adventure, mystery, drama, intrigue, exploration into new discoveries. All the things that come with the mysterious unknown that are denied to a safe, stable, and secure life. A life of comfort, surrounded by things we recognize, things we know. And we know it all, don't we? I mean, everything's online. There's no surprises. There's very little romance and adventure in a world with no surprises. Real adventure is coming, like it or not. And for it to be a romantic journey, we need to accept that the future is an ambiguous unknown. It's random, and it's gonna be full of a lot of unexpected events. Sure, we can plan and we can prepare, and we should, but that doesn't mean that everything's gonna work out. Our efforts could be a complete waste of time. Even worse, things could go terribly wrong. Sometimes they do. But the fear of the darkness is what makes finding the light worth the journey, especially if you're willing to be uncomfortable and adventurous about it. Target a goal. Commit to the sacrifice. There's always a trade-off. There's always a sacrifice somewhere. And the more painful that sacrifice, the bigger the win and the greater the reward in the end, usually, if you know yourself well enough. And if you don't, that's a problem. Check out my video, Journey to Know Yourself. I'll put a link in here someplace. And use that information to help evaluate your successes and failures, and it will be much easier to define what usually works for you, because that's how you will plan your next move. You don't have to overthink it, because you know yourself and how you'll likely respond to unexpected problems, and then we can devise a simple plan, a simple one. You could call this a map or a list. What you won't call it is a detailed set of instructions that will tell us everything that we need to do moving forward, right? Because there's no adventure if we know everything that's coming. I say relax, man. Just keep it simple, work your plan, be flexible, address obstacles when they show up in your life, and be a problem solver. James Janney actually has a great video out called The Untold Truth About Money, and he addresses this point very nicely. I'll put a link down below, but you gotta solve problems. Don't avoid problems. Take action against them and incite an incident that moves you into action. Do something powerful that lights the fuse. If a person is in your life and is standing in your way, lose them. If your job is keeping you stuck, quit. If you're safe and secure and you feel like life ain't broke, break it. Choose a direction and get your ass in motion. Once the train is moving, others will want to jump on board. It's human nature. And if they don't, join groups, meet more people, make more friends. Find people who share your core principles, team up on projects, and become genuinely interested in other people's ambitions. And yes, I know it's hard to meet people. Some people are egotistical and narcissistic and strange and selfish and weird, okay? Enforce your boundaries with personal rules of engagement and just be cool. Be nice. But life is too short for energy suckers and time wasters who don't bring any benefit to your goals or personal ambition. That might sound selfish. I don't think it is. Especially if part of your objectives are to help other people reach their goals. Trust me, allies will come to your side if what you do helps other people. Then put your plan into action and embrace the adventure. Embrace adventure. Now, at this point, I do want to bust one myth. Most adventurous people don't live these romantic lives that you see in books, movies, magazines, TV shows, and all that because they're too busy writing, researching, marketing, developing PowerPoint presentations, working on their websites and doing appearances and hustling books and programs. You see them advertised online. That's if they're not at home, taking care of household responsibilities, kids, taxes, all of that. And even if you have a team behind you, especially if you have a team, action, adventure, romance, travel, all that kind of lifestyle, it takes work, time, and sacrifice, guys. And you got to go all in. Act and dress the part. Chart those deep, dark, unknown waters that surround your endeavor and face what is unknown. And that's just about all of life. It's all unknowable, really. Target your goal. Commit to what you'll sacrifice to get it. Follow what's worked for you in the past and devise a simple plan based on that knowledge. Call yourself into action. Make a change, even if the change is extreme. Actively meet other people. Be a cool person, but keep healthy boundaries with personal rules of engagement. That's what I call them. And finally, most importantly, nothing happens until something moves. Put your plan into action. There is no romance or adventure without active movement into the unknown. Period. Now, I'm not saying that we shouldn't indulge in a good rom-com or action movie or novel or video game from time to time, but only as a supplement to a life well lived, not as a substitute. Now, regardless of what you feel about Jeff Bezos, he's the founder of Amazon. You can't argue with his success, right? He's got a great interview on YouTube, and he's quoted as saying, "You can choose a life of ease and comfort, or you can choose a life of service and adventure." And when you're 80, which one of those things do you think you're going to be most proud of? And of course, the answer is clear. It's obvious. But what really stood out to me was how he put service and adventure together. Like they go hand in hand, right? Service and adventure. And I believe that they do. And I hope this message serves to inspire you to try something new. And if it did, please click the like button. But what I'd love for you to do right now is pick something. A goal, a hobby, a special activity, a trip somewhere. Better yet, a dream that seems impossible. And screenshot these steps. Put a date of completion to accomplishing them and be willing to trade a little safety and security and stability for some real adventure and romance. And then come back to this video, share your experiences, your ups, your downs, good, bad, it's all good, it's all valuable to us here. And then thank you. Thank you so much for being a part of the Midnight American and going on this journey with everyone who comes to this channel. Join me on Facebook, Instagram, and at midnightamerican.com. I'll put links down below. I wish you the very best on your real life, authentic journey moving forward. And maybe there could be some schmoozy romance as well. Be bold, be brave, and until next time, know yourself better than you know anyone else.